Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to our Philadelphia Eagles mailbag video. It is the weekend. You know, I love these videos. They're my favorite ones to do here on the channel. If you guys want of course, be featured in next week's mailbag video, must be a subscriber. I know, I'm sorry, that's the ticket. All you gotta do is hit the free red subscribe button down below. Not much of an ask there. Subscribe, and of course, like the video and comment, gang, for a shout out in next week's mailbag videos. We like to give shout outs, really, in almost every single video that we do. Okay, producer Trace and I have pulled the best questions of the day, or really of the week. Let's jump into them. Aiden says, if Jalen Hurts doesn't perform, who will the Eagles draft as his replacement? I coughed there because it's so shocking when you say, what if he doesn't perform? He will perform! You guys know I love Jalen Hurts. I'm just kidding. They'll replace him with one of the top 4 draft quarterbacks in 2023, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious. It'll Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Although, let me say that, as you look at this list, it's going to be very difficult for an 8, 9, or 10-win Eagle team to get up to number 1 or number 2 to get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. These guys are going 1 and 2, barring injury or some sort of massive drop in their production, so it's not a guarantee that you could get Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, but they would be your 2 best options. Tanner McKee out of Stanford is probably your 3rd best quarterback in this draft. Will Levis out of Kentucky is also another option there, but those are your 4 options if, heaven forbid, and we don't want this to happen, Jalen Hurts were to actually struggle. Now, there is some free agent options, right? And then we can at least acknowledge the fact that there are some free agent quarterbacks. I did not include Lamar Jackson on this list because he is a free agent technically next year, but they're going to give him a contract extension. Like, come on, it's ridiculous. Garoppolo's your best option, honestly. Like, if Hurts were to be trash and you couldn't take any young quarterbacks, then Garoppolo would be your best choice. You got Baker, no thanks. Sam Darnold, no thanks. Daniel Jones. I mean, it's kind of a bad actual free agent group. But overall, we actually think that Jalen Hurts is going to be really, really good. Like what would cause Hurts to struggle? I talked about this in a video just the other day. The only thing that would really cause him, minus injuries on the football team, is if he just doesn't get the accuracy down. He doesn't improve in that aspect. And while there is still a chance for that, I mean, it's no guarantee he's going to get more accurate. Hurts consistently, since college, has gotten better every single year at the points he needs to improve on. I mean, you go back from his Alabama days, not being a great passer, to his final year at Oklahoma, he was one of the better throwers of the football in the entire National Football League. Then go back to, the rookie season in Philadelphia, just a couple of games there, and it was just the decision-making, threw too many interceptions in those 4-game stretch. Last year was way more decisive throwing the football. Not saying he was great at it, but he was better. He was much more comfortable in the pocket. We expected, at least I do, for that to go ahead and improve and get a lot better. So very, very, I think, unlikely he doesn't go ahead, or very unlikely he struggles. I think the likelihood is that he improves. The question is going to be, is he going to improve enough to win the division? Is he going to improve enough to win a playoff game? Is he going to improve enough to go to the NFC Championship game? I don't know how much the improvement is going to be there, but I'd be shocked if it actually is not an improvement and he were to really struggle. But those are your options, Stroud and Bryce Young and Jimmy Garoppolo. It's not that great. The hope for every single Eagle fan should be that Hurts balls out this year. You should be hoping and praying for that because that's the best, I'd say, long-term answer and short-term answer for your Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, let's just go hypothetical here. I hate this question, but whatever. Let's just do it. Which quarterback would you want on the Eagles in 2023, 2 seasons from now, if Jalen Hurts stinks? Which I hate. I don't like saying those words together. It's like he's not going to. He's going to be just fine. If he were, though, who would you want? Let me know down below right now. Okay, Ram066 says, the Eagles have done nothing to prove they're a legit top 10 team. Forget top 5. I don't care who they sign until they get on the field and prove it, then it's just talk. The reality is that just because they won 9 games, that doesn't say how good they are. They got destroyed by every team that was playoff material, and they beat 8 teams with below 500 record. The Saints were the only team over 500 that they beat. They won 9 because they were weak schedule. Eagle fans need to relax and wait to see how the team actually performs, end quote. Is that an actual Eagle fan? I just can't decide. Is that an actual Eagle fan? Okay, I like these comments because he's not wrong. Technically, they've not played a game, and so they haven't proved anything. We don't know how good they're going to be, but let's just be real. Philly did everything they could to get better this offseason. There's no way you look at last year's roster and this year's roster and you say, I can't tell a difference. Last year's roster had 1 good wide receiver and very, very bad pass rushing. They were one of the worst in the league. Not so great linebacker play and 1 good cornerback. This year's roster has 2 elite wide receivers, as well as some other ones that they added. Obviously, a healthy offensive line. They have a much improved defensive line. I mean, light years better. They added more linebackers. They have 2 good cover cornerbacks. These are not the same thing. We're looking at 2 different things here. And so, yes, Ram, technically, every single Eagle fan, including myself, must look in the mirror and say, you know what? You Eagle fan, myself in the mirror, we have not done anything to prove we're going to be good. We must wait to see actual games. And that's true. But let's just be real here. Can we have a little bit of fun? Can we be like a little bit excited for 2022? Just a little bit. This team is leagues better than where it was. We're allowed to be a little bit excited. No Debbie Downers out there today. Come on, it's the weekend. 4th of July weekend is next weekend. You're getting an extra day off. Let's be excited about the state of the Eagles right now because I am. Most of you guys are as well, but there's some Debbie Downers who are like, until they win games, I won't believe it, which is not a fun way to live. Let's just say that. Although people do it, and it's totally fine. Whatever you want to do in terms of, hoping the Eagles are good or bad, whatever works. But I'm excited, and that's how I like to live my life. Over-under 10 wins for the Eagles in 2022. Oh, man, I want to say over so bad. Ooh, that's going to be... You might have a 12-win Eagle team. 12 wins. That's like 2017 style. It was really, really fun that year. Over-under, give me your wins down below. And subscribe if you think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC East. All you guys should think that. There's no way you think the Cowboys are better. Definitely not the Washington football team. What a mess. And the Giants, I think, will eventually be good under Brian Dable, but not this year. Daniel Jones, don't like him. Some of you think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC East right now. Donnie Luff says, hashtag D-Eagle fan. I don't know why he did that. Whatever. The Browns are looking to cut ties with Hunt. You think you should trade Sanders for Hunt? Hashtag Mailbag. No. Don't trade for Kareem Hunt. I mean, sign him if he is cut, but I like the running back group they have right now. And I'm a Sanders guy. He should be a 1,000-yard back this year. Like, every single thing tells me he will be a 1,000-yard back. Health is the only issue. I mean, that's it. The only way he's not is if he's not healthy. If he plays every single game, or at least 3/4 of every single game, sorry, 3/4 of all the games, excuse me, he'll be a 1,000-yard back. And so I am very confident in Miles Sanders. And I feel really good about Boston Scott. I feel great about Kenny Gainwell. I think Kennedy Brooks is a sleeping giant. I think Jason Huntley had a great OTA minicamp. I just think the Eagle running back depth chart is fine as is. You don't need to bring anybody else in. And we explored Kareem Hunt's stats like 2 months ago or a month ago. And he wasn't that great last year. It's a name that you appreciate a lot with the Chiefs and early on with the Browns, but give me Sanders over him every single day. Okay, we'll get to IMLT next here. First, though, our main Chat Sports channel is going to have all the NBA free agency coverage take place next week. What's going to happen with, obviously, the Philadelphia 76ers or other NBA teams that you love. Kyrie, Kevin Durant, there's a ton of stuff. James Harden that is going on. Be sure to subscribe to our main Chat Sports channel. They'll be live covering it on the 30th to break it all down. They were live last night for the NBA draft. Had like 23,000 plus reoccurring watchers. They had a great time at the studio. They had a lot of fun up there. Of course, I'm in Atlanta, so I wasn't a part of that, but they had a great time. It's a really fun draft show, a lot more, I'd say, relaxed and chill and more viewer-oriented than the buttoned-up stuff you see on TV. So subscribe. It's down below in our description box. LT says, so what's Reagor's problem? What did he have when he was #1 draft pick that he doesn't have now? Does he lack speed, quickness, route running abilities, hands? What does he lack that is making him a bust? He lacks mental fortitude, right? It's all mental for Jalen Reagor. This guy has everything that you want to be a really good wide receiver in the National Football League. He has the speed, he has elusiveness, his run after the catch, he has really great hands. Everything is there. That's why he was taken in the first round. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a massive reach. A lot of other teams had him pretty darn high on their draft boards. Now maybe early second round is a better spot for him, but it's all mental for Reagor, and it's what it was for Nelson Agholor for a stretch there. Go back to. Was it 2018, that first game in Atlanta, when when Agholor dropped the go-ahead touchdown and he dropped the jump ball as well? It's all mental, because Agholor was a good receiver and showed it during the Super Bowl run. So it's a mental thing. And I think now that there are other wide receivers on this depth chart who've kind of taken over his role, it's even harder for him because he knows he has to battle it out for the 4th wide receiver spot and the 3rd wide receiver spot versus the 1 or the 2 where he was supposed to be. So it's nothing physically wrong with Jalen Reagor. It's all mental. If he gets that figured out, he's going to be a good player. I have a lot of confidence in him this year. Maybe not a lot. A lot's kind of a strong word. I don't have, like, a ton of confidence in Jalen Reagor, but I'm excited to see what he can do alongside A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. What's your confidence level? Scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you in Jalen Reagor? I'm at a 6. I'm right above 50%, right? Not at a 3 or a 2. I think he could actually have a really good season, but I'm not crazy confident like an 8 or a 9. So give me your confidence level down below. Okay, let's go ahead and go Rambler123. Do you really think the Eagles can make the playoffs? Yeah, I think so. I mean, come on, guys. We all drink the Kool-Aid during the offseason. Every single team thinks they're going to make the playoffs, but on paper, the Birds are elite. #1 offensive line, top 5 defensive line, top 5 receiving core, really great tight end. He's top 5 in the league. You have a solid running back group, obviously. You have a really solid young linebacker group. You have a top 5 cornerback tandem in the league. And then, the hole at safety or the holes at safety. You don't know who's going to win those jobs. But either way, they are elite on paper. And so on paper, they should win a lot of games. This is a guaranteed 10-win roster as it currently stands. injuries are a factor, growth is a factor, Jalen Hurts is a factor, Nick Sirianni play calling obviously is a factor alongside Shane Steichen. Like, there's so many factors. Who knows? But they should be. They should 100% be a playoff team. I predict that they will. I think they win the division, which puts them right in the mix. Okay, our shout-out goes to William Stevenson, who typed F Dallas yesterday. We all hate Dallas. A lot of guys typed that. It was funny yesterday in the comment section earlier this week. So, of course, the shout-out from earlier today, you guys typed gang down below in the comment section to be, or at least in the running for a shout-out. Okay, ultimate today on our Philadelphia Eagles mailbag video. Hashtag Eagles in the comment section. Be part of next week's mailbag video. Of course, must be a subscriber. And if you want to DM me on Twitter, I might reply. You never know. I'm a busy guy, but I might reply. At Real Thomas Mott on Twitter is the place to find me. Okay, all the time we have for today in this edition of the Philadelphia Eagles Now. For Trace, the producer, I'm Thomas, signing off for the rest of your day.